Hi friends, this is Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here along the Scoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory, the Passamaquoddy, in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada. And I'm grateful that the Passamaquoddy share this beautiful place with us. So today I wanted to do a simple stamping demonstration for those who may not have done any stamping before, to show you how easy it is and a few tricks and tips. And I also wanted to show you this. This is the paper pumpkin kit called Sweet Springtime for February. And it was waiting for me when I got back from my holiday to Curacao for our 30th anniversary trip. So I wanted to dig this out and make the kit. So I thought, why not do it on camera so you can see it too? So let's have a look at this kit and we will figure out how to put all of this together. All right. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Paper Pumpkin or not, but it is my favorite kind of kit that Stampin' Up! Has. I absolutely love Paper Pumpkin because it always comes in a fancy box. This one is especially fancy because it's got all of these cute little flowers and it's got the bunny and the chickie and so on. And you can use these boxes for storage for your stamping things, or you can use them as gift boxes, other kind of storage boxes. I just love them. I think they're really, really nice. And another thing I like about Paper Pumpkin is you open it up and it's got this beautiful tissue paper, and it always has some kind of matching color. This time it's white, but it's often an actual color as well. You open it up and you'll have your stamp set in there. So you can see this one's got a bunny, it's got daffodils, it's got a little chickie, and this particular kit is going to be good for different occasions. So it has a welcome baby, it has happy Easter, and one more sentiment that says springtime greetings. So it's good for baby, Easter, and spring, all of these different occasions. And I like that because then it's useful for all sorts of things. And it comes always with a little ink spot. This one is early espresso, so it's a dark brown. And then it's got the instructions. So it's got the full instructions. It shows a preview of every single project that you've got. And then you flip it open, and this page right inside will show you all the pieces you need for each project. So that's what we're going to work on today. These are really simple projects, and so I thought this would be a good one to demo stamping, and also just to show you what the Paper Pumpkin is like. So let's have a look here. Oh, and the best part too is that this kit, which makes, let's see, 9 different things, so 6 cards and 3 little treat boxes. You can get the refills of it right now on the Stampin' Up! Website for only $15. So that's a real bargain. The only things they don't come with are the stamps and the ink, but you can substitute any stamps you want for these sentiments because all the projects only involve the sentiments. They give you these extra stamps, but you don't actually have to use them. And you could use whatever ink color you want as well. So it's a super good deal for that $15. So that's less than half price for the usual kit. So that's like really, really good. So let's have a look at this and let's make the first project. So let's do this one. Let's try this bunny one. We'll do this Happy Easter one. So we will need this card base that looks like it's in petal pink, kind of that peachy pink color. And we'll need the bunnies. We will need these little daffodil flowers, and we'll need this little flourish here as well. And these all refer to the adhesives and the embellishments. So I'm thinking that those must be the embellishments because they're round. These are the little glue dots that they give you, and these are the little hexagons that we call Stampin' Dimensionals. So that's what those are. So let's get all those little pieces together. Okay, so here's our adhesives. So I'm going to just open up this little envelope. So these kits have everything you need right in them. And here you go. We've got the little embellishments, so we'll set those aside. Here's the little hexagons. You can kind of see those. Maybe you can see better on that side. There we go. There's the hexagons. And these are the little glue dots. Now, if you've ever had a Stampin' Up! Kit before, they recently made a change to their glue dots. They used to have super tiny ones in the kits that were something they didn't actually sell. These ones, they have made them much bigger. And I find they use they're used a lot easier than the other ones. I just find them much better. So that's a good thing. And let's see, let's find all our pieces in here. So they come with these lovely decorative envelopes as well. We're just going to put those aside because we don't need those right now. And here's some other ones that will coordinate with a different color as well. And let's see what else we need here. Okay, so here's our bunny card. So that's very good. All right, we've got that. What else do we need? Okay, let's find all the pieces here. So I'm just going to find the right die cuts. There's all kinds of different things in here. And we are going to need these little flowers. All right, so let's get all those little guys cut out. All right, so we'll get all these. And we need this little flourish here to work with as well. We're going to actually stamp on that piece. So we've got all our pieces here so far. So we've got these little flowers. Okay, we've got 4 flowers, and in the instructions, they say they want 5. So let's find one more, and then we'll be ready to go with that. All right, so let's see, what did they do here? So they've got 1, 2, you know, actually it doesn't really matter. As long as you have 5 of them, we can just go with whatever we have here. So let's just get this one out. So that will be our 5th flower. So we've got this piece out, we've got this one, we've got those. Okay. And what else are we missing? Let's have a look here. So let's look through all our pieces. So this is tear and tape. We'll need that for something else. This is our twine, and we'll need that later on. These are our little boxes and other cards. So let's see what else we've got in here. Okay, so we've got this one. Okay, and that's not what we need for this project. So as you can see, I just opened this, and so I'm opening it up to see what all we have in here. And then we're going to put it together. Okay, so here's all the pieces we've got. There's our adhesives. And there we go. So let's do the stamping first. I always like to do the stamping first because it's the messiest part, and I don't want to get ink on my project after I've done a bunch of other things. And so we're not going to do that. We're going to stamp first. So we're going to open this little ink spot here. And you can open it in a number of ways. You can just pry up the edge of the adhesive if it will go. Sometimes it will. Sometimes it won't. It just depends. Let me see if I can do it that way. Oh, no, I'm just going to peel off the adhesive that way. So they've changed that a little bit. That's good. They're actually making it easier to open, which is nice. So I'm just going to peel that up. So there we go. Now we've got that open, and you can just do that. There we go. And you can actually detach the bottom of the ink pad from the top, but I like to keep them together and then just stick them back together again when I'm done. So there's the ink pad. And for this particular one, they want us to use Happy Easter. So we're going to use the Happy Easter one, but you can change it up to whatever you would like to have. All right, so there's our Happy Easter. So we're going to condition our stamp to start out. So these are called photopolymer stamps. If you haven't had these clear ones before, they're rather different than the red rubber stamps. Stampin' Up! Does sell those as well. They're really good for high resolution things and fine detail. But these ones, I really like them because you can see through them and you know exactly where you're stamping and how much ink's on them. But they do come with a coating from the factory. I was lucky to go to the factory in Utah where they make all their stamps this past summer. And I asked what the factory coating was because I knew you were supposed to take your fingers like this and just use your fingertips on the stamp to get the factory coating off. But I was always concerned it might be something toxic, and I didn't really know what it was. But the people that make the stamps told me that they wash them right after they make them, and they wash them with dish soap. So actually what you're removing with your fingertips is simply dish soap. That's all it is. So it's nothing to worry about at all. So let me just get out my cardboard. The kit comes with a cardboard as a backing, and you actually need that to use with your kit. So that's good to know too, because these photopolymer stamps, if you just go ahead and stamp them on a piece of paper without a cushion underneath them, they won't take the ink very well. They just don't work as well that way. So that's why you have this cardboard. It's partly to keep your kit together, but also equally to give you something to stamp with here. And I always suggest that you try to stamp first on your cardboard rather than on your project, because every ink pad has a different amount of ink in it, and you will want to make sure you have removed that factory coating from your stamp. You can see here that's a really clear image, so that looks good. So I always try them out on my cardboard first because I find that very helpful. Better to try them out several times on your cardboard than to put it on your actual decorative piece of paper that comes in the kit and be disappointed with the result if it's not what you're expecting. So that's what I always try to do first. So let's just try to line this up. And I'm just going to hold that down for several seconds to allow the ink to just transfer. I should say the ink transfers really easily into a very kind of porous material like this cardboard. And the paper is a lot smoother than that, so it needs several seconds for it to transfer nicely for you. But look at that. See, that's a very, very nice image. And that's all because I did that conditioning with my fingertips to remove the factory coating, which is, in fact, dish soap. So now I'm just going to take my stamp chamois. If you don't have one of these, that's okay. I do recommend them because all you're putting on them is water. You just run them under water, and then you can use water and no chemicals at all to clean your stamps. And that applies to almost all of the inks that Stampin' Up! Has. But if you don't have one and you're not sure if you're going to get into the hobby or not, for the first little bit, you can use some very gentle baby wipes. I would suggest ones that don't have aloe and all those things in them, like just straight up water ones if you can get those, just to make sure that you're not adding extra chemicals onto your stamps and degrading them. Okay, so that is our stamping for that one. So that was very simple. All right, so we're going to move that stuff out of the way. And now we're going to put our card together. So let's see what we have to do. Well, first of all, we know we're going to have to fold it, and it's already pre-scored for you. If you have a bone folder, that's a great way to get a nice crisp fold. If you don't, you can use something with kind of a hard edge, but I do recommend these because they're very smooth, so they won't cut into your paper. So that's a really nice thing, and they last practically forever. I've had mine for probably 30 years. They're not expensive either. I think they're a little less than $10, but I have to look and just make sure. All right, so there we've got that, and they want us to put on this other piece that actually I didn't get out. So let's find that. It's got this little bit of grass on the bottom. Let's see if we can find that piece. So that's this one. So we do have to punch out some of this. So they've got them all pre-punched for you, so you don't have to have a die cut machine or anything like that. Everything you need is right here in the box. I love that because then if you're thinking of trying out this hobby and you're just not sure if it's going to be for you, this is a great way to do it because it gives you everything you need and it all fits in that little box, and then you give away the cards so you don't even have really anything left when you're done and you don't clutter up your house. So I think that that is really good, especially if you have a small space or you're just not sure about it. It's also great to take to the cottage or to take to a friend's house or even on vacation because it's so small. These boxes are easy to transport. Okay, so we are going to put that on there. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 little dots. Those are the glue dots. So those solid gray things are glue dots. And let's use those. All right, so we're going to put them on the back. And they suggest putting them on all 4 corners. And that is exactly what we're going to do. So let's do that. We'll just put them on there. And then we'll remove the backings. And if you have a little bit of a nail, it'll go easier for you. I think some people have done this with tweezers as well, but I find if you have just a little bit of a nail, and I recently filed mine, so I don't have as much as usual. I usually have long nails because it's easier for card making, but this is definitely enough. So we're just going to put that right on the front there. That's what they told us in the instructions to do. So simple, simple, simple. Makes kind of like a frame. So we put that on. And let's see what we need to do next. So these are little hexagons. So those are the Stampin' Dimensionals that they give you. So you can see that shape is a hexagon. So we have the 5 flowers and the 1 flourish. All right, so they even suggest where to put them. So we've got 1, 2, 3 on our little flourish there. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1 each on the backs of these little flowers. So let's do that too. And then we'll consult our instructions as to where they suggest to put them. The really good thing about these kits is they're great for absolute beginners, and they also give scope for imagination, to use an Anna Green Gables term, to those who have been crafting for a really long time, because you can make it up as you go. If you don't want to do it the way they say, you don't have to. You can do it any way you like. So let's see. They put the Happy Easter up there at the top. So let's do that. We'll just remove these little backings. And we'll put this up at the top. All right, and you can put it any place that you think it looks nice. And then we're just going to match up these flowers on here and put 3 more at the bottom. So let's see if we've got one that's going to look right up there. That's this one, I think. So this one matches up here. All right. And this one we need as well. Let's see if we got one like that. That looks not quite the same. Let's see. There, that one matches. You just have to find the right match. It's like one of those toddler matching games. You have to try to get it right here. There we go. And then we want some on the bottom. All right, so let's put some on the bottom there too. And we can put one there as if it's a little flower growing out of the bottom. And let's see, how about another one going that way? And another one here, kind of on the grass. Okay, so you can see what I did there. So that was very simple. And now they're suggesting that we put on these embellishments. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've placed them that way. And let's just do what they suggested for now. You can also do it any way you please. But I like that they suggest it because they do have professional designers doing these. So I find them helpful a lot of the time. So that looks like a big one and another big one. All right, so a big one up here, tucked just a little bit under there, and another big one just at the top of this flower, like that. And then they have a small one, kind of like that. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and then they've got these ones down here. So a big one and a small one. All right, so a big one on one side of that flower right there, and a small one. Mine is a little different than theirs, so I think the small one will probably look better over here. And these small ones are a bit difficult to work with, and I will show you what I like to use instead as a tool for that on the next card. So there is card number 1. So that was really simple. And I was just reading the instructions as I went. So you can imagine how fast it would be if you didn't have to read them as you went, or if you were doing 3 at the same time. Okay, so let's do the next card. That's this one. Okay, so here we go. All right, so I need one of the card bases. That's this. I need one of these wreaths and another flourish. And the little chickies. Okay, so let's get those out. So here is my wreath. Okay. And I need the little chickies. Okay. So this page again, we're gonna punch it out. So there's the little chickies. And then the flourish. There we go. And I think that's all we need. Yeah, that is it. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so we will go ahead and get out our stamp, which for this one is Springtime Greetings. So that's card number 2. So you just open it up to the page that says number 2 at the top, and we will start into it. So let's start with our stamping once again, like we did last time, and we'll do Springtime Greetings. Now let's position this the same way that they did. So they had these parts on top. You could do it that way as well. Doesn't really matter, whatever way you like, but I'm going to do it just as they said so you can see how easy it is. So we need Springtime Greetings from our little stamp set here. Okay, there's the Springtime Greetings. Okay. There it is. And once again, we're going to condition it to get that factory coating of dish soap off the stamp. And if you find that your stamp is still not stamping as you'd like, the resolution isn't that great, after you've removed the factory coating as best you can, and you've tried it on your cardboard, and you're putting cardboard under your image as you're stamping it, I do have another fix for that, and that is to use Versamark ink, which is a invisible watermark ink, and that works really well to get the ink to adhere to the stamp. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So have a look at that. The image looks really nice there. And we're going to put it on here. Oh, hi, Benny. Yeah, one of my puppies is here. We just got a new puppy, actually, a wire fox terrier puppy who's just 9 weeks old. And she's downstairs. But Benny is our 6-year-old schnauzer. And he's here to watch. So let's see if we can get that on there. I'm just going to try to get over top of it so I can see where I'm stamping. Okay, there we go. All right. And we'll hold it down for several seconds and then we'll pop it up. And that looks great. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and clean my stamp here with my stamp chamois. It's called a Simply Chamois, I believe, on the website. If you're looking for any of these items and you can't find them, just send me a message and I'll be happy to help you out. Okay, how's that? That looks like it's all clear. Great. So that's all done. Now let's put our card together because there's not that much left actually. So we've got our green card base. So that's this one. And just make sure you've got it opening the right way for you. You don't want to have it this way if you don't like it that way. And then we're going to put our little hexagons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on our chicky paper. All right, so let's get our little hexagons out. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here we go. All right, so let's get that all set. And we'll put that right on there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to take this wreath and they're going to put 3 glue dots on that side and 3 glue dots on the other and just stick that right on over it. So they're putting the 3 glue dots on the backs of these daffodils. That's what I think they're doing. So let's see which way's up. I guess it doesn't matter. It's the same both ways, really. And we will just put those little glue dots on. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Okay, so now we're going to remove those coatings. And then we're going to stick that on. Oops. So I hope you're enjoying this look at a paper pumpkin kit. Stampin' Up! Sells lots and lots of kits. They come out with 2 new ones every month besides their paper pumpkins. So there's 3 kits now every month. But my favorite for a long time has been Stampin' Up's paper pumpkin kits, of which this is one. I've been ordering those since before I was a demonstrator, and I really, really like them because they're always so nicely done. They're always seasonal, and they're always very high quality, so I like that a lot. Okay, so we got that on. Now we're going to put 2 hexagons. If you look closely, those are hexagons on the back of our springtime greetings. Then we're going to stick that one on as well. So here we go. There's 1, 2. And where do they want that? They want that down at the bottom. All right. Okay. So, oh, they covered over the flowers. Okay. Well, you don't have to do that. If you like the flowers a lot and you don't want them on the flowers, you could always move it down to the bottom too. And they're using 5 of the embellishments. So they have a big one up there, a small one there, a small one there, and a big and a small there. Okay, so let's start at the top. We'll put a big one up there. So we'll put that right up by the flower. And I'm going to use this tool to put on the small one. This is called the Take Your Pick tool, and it has putty on the end there. It also has a sharp end that works with die cutting or other items that you want to use it for. But I like it because you can actually pick up an embellishment like that with the putty and then place it wherever you like. So I find that works really, really well. Much easier than fussing with these tiny, tiny little things. I just find this tool works so well. So again, it's called the Take Your Pick tool. And again, if you can't find it, just let me know and I can help you find it online, no problem. All right, so this one, I think I just want to place it myself because I don't think I need the tool for that. But the little ones, I definitely do. All right, so there we go. So we've got all of those 5 on there. And I think that is it actually for that card. So that one is done, just like that, no problem at all. Okay, so let's go on to our final project that was in this kit. And in case I didn't mention before, there are 3 of each one in the kit. That's pretty typical. You usually have anywhere from 8 to 12 projects. So in this one, you have 3 each of 3 different projects. So the next one is actually a treat box, which can kind of be tricky if you're trying to put it together. A lot of these boxes, people find them hard, so I want to show you kind of how you can figure it out. So there's the box, we got that. So let's set it out the way that they did. So the way they did is that there's this long white piece here and a short one on the right. So long on the left, short on the right, and the pink at the top, and green in the middle. And then they have one of these bunnies. So let's get one of these bunnies. Here's one of the bunnies right now. So we'll use that. And you usually do have several die cuts left over. So you should have one of these left. You can make another card or whatever you want. So there's the bunny. This one, they want us to actually use the twine as well. And the tear and tape. So we've got that. And it's right here ready to go. Okay. So let's turn over to our instructions for number 3, and we will put this together. All right, so first of all, they say to put some tear and tape here and here. So I'll show you up close here. So there's a flap here. You can see it's pre-scored for you. And we're going to put tear and tape all the way down there. Okay, so let's get our tear and tape ready. And then we'll be able to build our box. So that's what we're aiming to do here, is put the tear and tape on so we can stick our little box together. That's what we want to do. So you just rip it. That's why it's called tear and tape. It just rips really easily. And then you can peel off that coating, and there's adhesive on both sides. All right, and the other one that they put it on is on the bottom of the 3rd one from the left. So this is 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put that on the bottom. So let's do that. All right. Oh, Benny wants to say hi. Hello, Benny the Mini Schnauzer. How are you? Yeah, hi there. Yeah, you're friendly. Thank you. All right, so we've got those 2 on. And they are instructing us here, oops, my resolution went away, to bend on these fold lines. So there are fold lines, if you can see those. So we just want to bend on them a little bit. And here we go. We're going to bend on there a little bit too. Yep. And now we're going to go to step 2. So step 2, we are going to fold in. So we're going to flip it over first. So we're flipping it over to the white side. See, there's the white side. And now it should be a small flap and a longer flap on the left. So small and long. Yes, that's correct. So now we're going to fold on all those lines. So we're going to fold, fold, and fold, and fold. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to put some more tear and tape on. So flap number 1, 2, 3, 4. So the last one on the right, we're going to put tear and tape down at the bottom. Yep. All right, so let's do that. And here we go. All right, so we got that done too. And then they want us to fold it up. Now they don't really give you instructions on how to fold that thing up. So let's fold up all of the score lines. I find that's always the right thing to do. If you've got a score line to fold on it, that is a good thing. And then the whole thing comes together better. So you want to fold on all your score lines just to make it that much easier. Okay, and we're going to actually poke out these little circles as well. So we're going to poke out those circles. All right, and if you get one of these, or another set of projects from Stampin' Up! That involves one of these 3D projects and you can't figure it out, let me know, because I can probably help you out. I've done a bunch of these and I kind of know the way that they all go together, so I'm happy to help with that. All right, so I would put that flap in and that flap in, and then you're left with these two. So did you see what I did right there? So you put the little flaps inside the box and the big ones are on the outside. So then what you can do is take the adhesive backing off and glue that together. Okay, so let's see. Actually, maybe we'll do it this way. We can hook that one in. So I'm going to hook in the little flaps. So I'm going to put the little flaps on top of that big one. I think that'll work better. They don't specify, but I think that will work nicely. And then this one will be on the top. So you just fold that in and stick it down. So you can like press that down from inside the box. Just press it hard so it stays for you. All right. And then we're going to take this one off and we're going to tuck that inside the box, just inside here. Okay, like that, so that it all sticks together. And we're going to press inside the box again. So feel free to press as hard as you want to make that fit in there. And then we are going to press in with these little bits here. I'm going to press it in kind of like a milk container almost. So if you just press in, because we've already pre-folded on those score lines, so if you just kind of press in. So here's what I did. I took that and I kind of pressed inward to make these top bits come together. Okay, so sometimes it just needs a little bit of massaging there to make sure that it works. Make sure all your lines are straight, so you can make sure all your lines are straight on the sides. And then what we've got is something that should all come together so that, oops, I forgot to poke out those circles, that's why. If you poked out all your circles, don't do what I did and miss a few. If you poked out all the circles will line up when you put this box together. And then what you can do, see, you can see through there. So you can see there's a hole through there. Then you can go ahead and take your twine and put it through. Now, of course, when you do a video, your twine goes missing. There it is. Okay, so here's my twine. So we're going to take that twine, if we can find the end of it. That is always the challenge to me, is where is the end of the twine? Let me see. So usually it's more obvious than this. Mine is not this time. So I might have to just cut it so that I can get a piece out. Yeah, there should be an end to your twine though. And mine was just not obvious. So I'm just going to take the twine and open it up like that and pull a piece out. All right, and what we'll do is we'll feed this through. They want a piece that's about 18 inches. Maybe I'll cut it first then. So I'm going to just cut a piece of twine that's going to be 18 inches. And then we can use it to tie a bow there. All right, so let me see. I think that'll do. Okay, so I've got a piece of my twine here now. I'm going to feed that through the holes. Okay. And I'm going to feed this one through. If I can get it through, just got to push that through there. Okay, so you just pull that through and you can tie a bow. So we're just going to tie a little bow in there. Just make sure there's room. So you can tie it as tight or as loose as you want. And just to keep your box together there. And you can arrange your bow in whatever way you'd like to have. So my bow, I'm just going to fix that up a little bit because it's a little bit messy. All right, there we go. Now that's a little better. So then you can kind of cut the tails when you're satisfied with what your bow looks like. So I think I'll cut that a little bit more. I found I didn't really need that whole 18 inches. If you tie it right on the spool, I think you could get away with a lot less of that actually. And now we're going to just put on our little piece there. So let's do that. And then we will go ahead and put on the embellishments, and that'll be it for our little treat box, which is super cute. I have to say it really, really is. So let's see, where did they put these three embellishments? They put a big one and a small one there, and a big one down there. Okay, so let's do that too. And we're going to put a big one and a small one. Let's use the tool again. Take your pick tool to add that. All right, and then we're going to put a big one on the bottom there. And where are we going to put it? Over by the chickie maybe? And that is our project. So let me just grab the other projects again, and you can see what the three of them look like, because these are really cute. So once again, this is paper pumpkin. Everything you need comes in the box, and there are refills on sale right now for $15 on the website. They include everything that you need to make these projects, except for three things. One is the ink, one is the stamps, but you can use any stamps you want for this, or you could even write it on carefully with your own handwriting. That would work too. And they don't have the ink with it. So I've used this early espresso, but you could use black, you could use green, whatever color you'd like. And if you're going to stamp, you'll need a block as well, because this one, the refill will not come with the block. But $15, that's a bargain to make 9 projects. So I hope you enjoyed this today. If you have any questions about the paper pumpkin kits, how they work, or about stamping, just let me know and I'd be happy to talk with you. So thanks very much for watching, and have a wonderfully crafty week. Bye for now.